it feels, at least right now, as if everything has, moved on. We've had these moments of closure. You can live with it. Um, had this been more Kane-esque at the trade deadline with Taves, I think that, towards the end of this season, it wouldn't have kept people as hooked into Blackhawks hockey. So I'm very thankful that we got some extra Jonathan Toews, and sort of, as I wrote about earlier, the captain went down with his ship. And I think that that's really truly, remarkable when you look at him sort of being the first one in from Kane, Taves, and Hossa, and then watch him sort of all go out. You know, within the same year. Obviously, Hossa not playing this year with the Blackhawks, but getting honored, getting the jersey retired. The next sort of thing you look forward to is, what's the next retirement ceremony going to look like? And, how long is Patty Kane and Johnny Taves going to continue to stick around in the league? We obviously don't know if retirement is next for the captain or if he winds up somewhere else next season. But, it felt like the appropriate time for all of this, as much as it hurts. The organization's at, the bottom of a rebuild right now, and a couple of rough years ahead and everything. I mean, the night itself, I thought, was awesome. It was sort of poetic in the same sense that, Patrick Kane got robbed and Jonathan Toews sort of got robbed there at the end of games that they, could have been the final goal on. But overall, it was just great being there. It was great seeing you guys. It was great seeing the United Center loud for the anthem and loud throughout. And it was just a great night to watch hockey.
You talk about loud there. For me, the biggest takeaway was feeling the roars again.
Whenever you counted the Hawks out, he would step up in a big moment. Kaner as well, but man, those numbers are pretty special. Athanasiou redirected by Toews! Score for the captain!
Jonathan Toews, something that he touched on, kind of, Ben Pope wrote an article as they were coming back from that last road trip, and that's when Kyle Davidson had the discussion with Toews. So it was kind of known yet, but they didn't announce it until the day of the final game, right? But everyone kind of had a feeling in the way that Toews was talking and in that interview and stuff. But that's one thing that he talked about was, you can't help but, hear the roar, and that was something that I felt for sure, because, man, I was glad I was there to document it, and I got some good videos of it. You can go and check them out on the Four Feathers Pod Twitter account at Four Feathers Pod. But even going off the ice for warmups, because he took that over being the last guy off after Kane was gone, right? So you got a huge ovation then. Obviously, when they came back out on the ice, do their one lap before the introductions, when he was introduced, thought the roof was going to blow off the place. The anthem was loud, felt like a, dynasty era game.
Loudest I've heard that place in 7 years, Johnny.
Right. Maybe Hossa night can compare, but, I think that there's a little bit more passion in this one just because, game time and stuff like that. And then obviously the videos that were shown on the board, the interview that he did after the game, the whole salute kind of going around to all of the crowd, man. I felt the roar and it felt good. And it, like Tony said, it was kind of, storybook in terms of putting a close to that era of it. So I felt like I didn't get cheated on my way out, and I'm kind of glad they announced it the way that they did, so everyone knew, and we were able to give it proper send-off, and he obviously felt it. And one thing he said himself, I want to try to get the fans out of their seats a few more times. Well, guess what? You successfully did that, Captain. So we salute you.
Yeah, I think you put it so perfectly too, right? With just the roar, and it finally felt like one of the guys from the core got a proper send-off, right? We were robbed with Hossa in the skin condition. We were robbed with Seabrook in his kind of degenerating body. We were robbed with Keith being traded in the, that 1 year before his retirement. Kane getting traded, before that, final home game before the deadline. At least with Johnny, they gave the announcement and we all knew going into it that this was Taves' last game. And I'm glad he got that send off because I feel like so many other icons that were a part of those 3 cups didn't get that the way that they probably should have. So it was good to see Johnny also get that at the end of it as well, too.